I thought I would do a quick video on some of the different feet that you get for free motion sewing. So there's two main groups. These ones, if you think of machine, if these are feet, then these ones attach at the ankle. So they attach a little bit further up. This is the kind of foot, and they screw into the ankle of the machine. So they're all the same. There's like this little metal bit slides in, and then there's a little screw that you fasten to hold it in place. Whereas this one is a replacement foot, so it just goes on the bottom, like so. So this one is a standard quilting one it's an open toe. So you can have them open or closed. So this one is a closed one. And you can have them made out of metal or plastic. The plastic ones have the advantage that you can see through them as you're sewing, and the metal ones are harder because you can't. I have broke one before on the plastic ones by hitting it with a needle. So the metal ones do last longer, but I have, of the years of doing it, I've only ever broken one of the feet, so they're not that bad. The open-toed ones allow you to see what you're doing all the way through. So, and ones like this one here, it's better. You have got this piece of plastic in the way. What else? Oh, so my favourite one is this one, and this one's actually a darning foot rather than a free motion quilting one, because I think it's got the advantage of all of them really, because it's plastic, so it's see-through, and it has the closed loop. The disadvantage of these ones, so this is great for when you're quilting, because nothing's going to go anywhere when you're quilting. You know, the quilt's all sewn together, and you just need something to be able to hold down and grab the fabric as you're trying to move, and that's it. It's just for grabbing, and so you don't want in the way, and you want to be able to see what you're doing. On this one, when you're doing the small pieces of fabric, it doesn't really hold down the little pieces of fabric that well, so you can find that they lift up when you keep on catching them on this edge here. Whereas this one, it's small enough that it's really, you'd be using very small pieces and it won't get in the way. Whereas the metal one does the same thing, but you can't see through it. So this one should be ideal, but I think it's meant for embroidery rather than quilting. So we've got quilting, darning, and this one is an embroidery one. But I think it might be designed, for my machine at least, more to use with a hoop, and I don't like using a hoop. I use stabilizer underneath my fabric, and I think something to do with the tension and the way it works just doesn't do it for me, and I just find that I get caught up in knots and stuff, and my thread snaps every 2 seconds. So I gave it a go. Didn't work for me, and I think that's it. I think you have to try different ones and see which one works for you. You know, they're not cheap. Depends on what your machine is, but I've got a faff, and I've got 3 faffs actually, and the one I use the majority of the time is the Performance 5, and I think most of these feet for that were kind of £15–20, but against a lot of things you buy for sewing, like fabric and things, it's not that huge an investment, so it's worthwhile trying different ones for the kind of thing that I do. This is the one I'd recommend, the darning foot, and it's of these ones, I think it's the cheapest one that you can get, which is good. So there you go. Try different ones and see which one works for you.